Kofi womo eno motena asem so a emu nan echese Tamale High Court asem no a wode ba yesanka pandaya ba de nkonkoto ne foforo no wonom abo atogu asenie no akire no na pandaya mra hebadwane honorable Martin Nyindam wone nsatwefo ekasa no echese emuaye Supreme Court ede aba no ede anije na aba ne koma atone yempa entino.
Thank you to Almighty God for what He's done in my life, and to also thank my lawyers, and also use this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court judges for the ruling, because it's clear that the people wanted to change the will of the people of Pandai, but the Supreme Court has affirmed the will of the people, and I'm most grateful to them. I also want to thank the party from the heads to the bottom, that is national, regional, and the constituency, for the support they've given me. And the people of Pandai, I'm sure that when you are in Pandai today, you will see the joy of the people, because they voted for me and they expected me to serve them for the 4 years.
Wey ayakpandamra shebedwane honorable Matthew Nyindam we ye the deputy general secretary the ma NPP Ora Haruna Mohammed wono so ekasaye yenti ne de nei.
I'll take the opportunity to thank their lordships for the decision that has been affirmed today. Indeed, when we heard the issues surrounding Pandai elections, and upon reading the judgment that was delivered in the High Court, I became very surprised. And upon receiving a legal counsel from the Director of Legal Affairs in the MPP, who is the counsel for this particular case, that is Gary Nimakumafo, I realized that there was something wrong with the whole procedure of handling the case at the Tamale High Court. So the out of time issue that came up based on the PNDC law 234, specifically on section 8 of the PNDC law, I realized that looking at the judgment that was delivered by the same Supreme Court on the 11th of June, it was very clear that Pandai is not a different circumstances. And having also gone to the Assembly Press to procure the Gazette notification, which I have here, I was very clear in my mind that the law will certainly work for Martin Nyindam, and we are very grateful to the court. Certainly, with that particular issues and readings from the court itself, we knew very well that there will not be any elections in Pandai, and that was why I was very certain and continue to impress and tell the media that we are not putting on any people. Nobody in Pandai was campaigning, because we know the law will continue to be the law, and that is why we dwell so much and provided enough basis and stance, and our lordships agreed with us on those particular circumstances. In the case of the Panda, in the case of the Akwetia, it was 4-1, the same person dissenting, and this one, the same person descended. So I believe that the rule of law will continue to prevail.
And I tell you, for Abede the ma NPP Amanyoko Ora Haruna Mohammed.
We are talking now for Yanko Yanimna Yako Amamuno Emu Sansabame better just on what is Sebi Abba. Ya o say your friend government accountability series and say ministers and penifana Sabana pa woman. Abrani Abdano Bana be contact so e check Ghana phone na send beya e Ghana phone be say duma de share sampa wo mo etumi edi e ho adwumenti ministers dodo na na etumi akondo akokese pa ya mi aka me brother ene wa ya de pakwa mi ta kando na ene dey the housing and water resources minister Yura Kenneth Ajay wono ena akọ na foreign central force akohie no koye ne nsem de wode bi agu efom pa akasa de afọ man se de kwan fa so ha dai ewo oman so emu eno masilesi ekwan hya mo de afọ sanso na garamse so wakasa de afa ho komo fa so na afi wo mo atimi asi ano ensuo so se ne nomasi ekọ na garamse no ese no so wakasa de afa wo kyese ne nyina emu no ne ministry no mo bo modern sekwan se yomotimi ahwe na wo mo atimi etwa na mo pa sebeya insusu betumi abomba yentie onunyamfo Kenneth Ajay.
in rental housing. Key priorities include maintaining tenant protections, especially for low-income and vulnerable groups, while also regulating hostel accommodations fees across the country. Towards the end of the year 2025, the National Rent Dialogue was organized to validate and streamline the proposed amendment. Ministry taking the necessary steps to resubmit the revised bill to Cabinet and subsequently Parliament for consideration and approval. The water subsector, water resources management. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's annual renewable water resources are estimated at approximately 54 billion cubic meters, with over 70% of this volume sourced from the Volta Basin, shared among 6 riparian nations, including Ghana. However, per capita renewable water availability has been on a steady decline from approximately 3,000 cubic meters per person per year in the 1960s to about 1,650 cubic meters as at today. This figure falls below the United Nations threshold of 1,700 cubic meters, indicating parts of the country are already experiencing water stress situation. Despite the abundance of natural water resources, Ghana continues to face significant and multifaceted challenges that hinder sustainable water resource management. These include 1. Climate variability, such as erratic rainfall, drought, and flood, have become more intense and frequent. Illegal mining, commonly referred to as galamsey, continues to pollute our rivers and threatens our ecosystems. Deforestation and poor land management practices continue to degrade our watersheds. Over 60% of Ghana's river catchments have been subjected to unsustainable land use practices. Inadequate enforcement of regulations, overlapping institutional mandates, limited resources, and lack of real-time data do hamper coordinated interventions and further compound our challenges.
We ayelunyam for Ken Ajay wono ene osoafo hwa dansie ne nsuo nsensem so mai emunti ne wone santofo ahia ewo edubi house asabe obu akonta ede ache Ghana fo nyina make say kra no prempe ya woda so a wokasa na ya wokasa dia fa kwan ya mai fa so na ye ha ye da ha o modo mu ahia gram sei so ede kru yensuo na afi nsuo ahodo so a didi duma o mai mu se ne no masi ekɔ no so aka ho asenso ede ache Ghana fo enyina
Eda ha ya samuel yebeka aka kopembra yesu be basane be yes because aban ni dan akwati say hand dey ya ye kenye senka aban workers na eguma anka wa the open abefo nti the ebeje won ya je won ya wo ase
so so abasi sen na ma ayekwa de niwa anu aduna ibe kura nyem ya anu afro no so
yeah
tana nti
ukonkofo kuro so aban ni si dan
yes ebra to ye kura ye kura
omo kura ban ne si dan what you say eno akwa hai no de ne bo aba nti no ne bo no be ko form kakra na uni dan what you say uni dan on to cement nche
individual kwabane na
what's ni dan na wo be regulator no a wo kana asem no ye friends rent control no ha obi fie no de aye office no team enti no ye de no abeka wo ama
wato
what are you saying
dey
enti atwetwe ya bozi ya maburu ya bebresa
Ghana sometimes make can say empele for no brofo kan
na you am there overlapping institutional mandate na fine okay twia anka abatene ya we eye ampo okay twia anka abate asam na buduro se de sitie
yes
bro di ka just say you are foolish anya ya no bi ka just wo kwase eya pa ntu ka twia ka be hu asam ni muduro overlapping wane ene de no mabu aguaso no mko ya rumba yo manka so mbe ha na ma ya na ya tetene kakra eno ne kosi sei
asemo
ekosi sei omo de na wahi
ya adwa kasa
ahadwuna obi ko ade eku maburu ni nyina ni
yes
rent
yes
ade eku maburu ni nyina
ene se wo ya afemu ni wo ya afemu ni nyina na onya bia be 7,000
de current ntu no asa start for fro wo be boa 7,000 na no be wie no na asan so
ano kura wasatu
iti maburu ni problem nyina wa Ghana nyina ni So kasi ampa juma we have about
local few
party looters group of looters ya talk as about so nyanko group of looters for njai MPP for asemu na madream na memenda ye ampa ya edwa edwa nyina nsa omo kwa akopɛ franka krafo e de amamanyoko no no aba bedu wo manim na chesa afimpino ane aduonu nwotwe o makwa akopere konwa kɛsie no masanso aba ye wagadre se de omo mienu nyina omo ye na ai kuma omra shebedwane o honorable Ernest Yakumi aka minuane konti waya na absent nya de agumidiem o se nyon no ya wanim ba mo wodi ne konsie de o ma adwumanti yesi Yakumi a na idie waton Dr. Mahmudu Baumia ene wakacha delegates adawroma momfa ne mra no media manyoko nanim esanse wura no nan na aka no onka so obia ejina enye obia wo mudie obia ejina ebe ye de na so Baumia na ne ti ababalo paper ne so da Baumia ne aton ne da Baumia na omde na kwadwom da Baumia na obia nimu no hwe wobaya mampane ebe de che wo memu manfo hu adwuma wo ye amampane ebe de che fa ba kwa ba na so Baumia nko ade wadamu fua enti no se ho akohia so mo kokoyi franka krafo foforo de a mo nsa Baumia ho fa nkomo bia ono na monto aba no ema no na ogiri se ono eno betumi akwa tumi ede abre mamanyoko no honorable Ernest Yaw enim
yankopon ya aduma memenda idea nimi the new patriotic party ye candidate ya ye be kwa tumi 2028 na say the medical ka medi ho adanse you Dr. Mahmudu Baumia any candidate media me free say party etwaba ede ne kugina sa okunya no for 2028 obetimi agitumi amaye ya so na hwe ye hono de obetimi aye. And I believe so among the five, no, he's the most experienced, he's the most marketed candidate, and I believe, sir, come 2028, you presented Dr. Mahmudu Baumia. To me now, you have as a party, no, obey me, add it to me, na
Honorable Ernest Yaw enim enie enwachi na wotun safre kuma omanyina wo ma wachichi ne benche mo amwo abrochire ba bibia wo bia se afasha kese no eba so no wo bia nyine hu mfiri mu momfa mo ho ehiem na enye kama
brother edienim which is next week skill training program edika bo ho the royal lunch no ya me adomo a ebeba so ebra yede machines ne startup kits ebema yen trainees yede omo be go through sa training ya ebe kwesiri sa adwada krona papa nantwie lunch Kumawu traditional council and Kumawu traditional area yebedi nyame aduma March 15th enti nyame aduma February 2nd Monday di anim no ane ebe lunch papa nantwie nso enti Monday di anim your programs akese mienu papa nantwie lunch and skill training na yebe distribute starter kits ediama yen beneficiaries and so and for now we are starting with 100 and 150 of the trainees Kumawu district any Kumawu constituency na ne seche Kumawu district eti obi bia owo from Oyoko Banko seche Akotosu Akroche Dadiase Akotosu Bodriase Bodomase Raso Anenenya Nkwanta Temate any enkra ewo seche Kumawu district nyina obi bia ofri mo bia electoral areas 25 ne nyina no ye nipa and 9 any enwotwe a omo represent these electoral areas.
And yet, I come Shebedwani Honorable Ernest Yaw enim.
Yenina MPP mekona so emuna kanetwa for pani e de mamanyoko no eyewura Jamboadu. Ene wono so ne central for akasa de south ne nseyem akre MPP mekona na dise titru wo mo nya akunya sonkon wakwato aba no ebini so sra wo mo nyakopon eboa eda memenda edie no wakwato aba no sra wo mo ahye bia na mpanifo de egu akwan so no wo mo enwesa mu ebetumi ede aye adwuma esanse se wo mo de adwuma babo ma aye asumdwe so atumi atene mo to aba no ewi mo nya atumi akam ho abom na 2028 elections ede mo ene mo tumi akokonkoden ede ade ne ko ba se ebi ekwa penche na we de akofa we de akofa be wi ase no wo mo kan ho abom no ebe denden denden e de mo basa Ghana fo so kra no hu be wo hi wa bra kwa na resimu e se komunya de ma meku na fe de e be kɔ fam kra e de amom santi e wo sre eye delegates ne se be bre no edo no de omomodin se o betumi ahwe na afi wo mu enyenyan wiso gena fo ma se asundue e na o mo betumi abɔ ho ban e wo nyame boa memenda nwa wakoto abanti guidelines na nhye bia na mpanifo di egu ne de wo sre bia so bia e kɔ a won fani onni so kama pa unua se wo kokoduru ho nyesi me nyina ha e ka transi anu wa tran fa ha anu wa fa ha na no nyina aboa masundue so tumi aba yenti ewura John Boadu
no obia ya na dwen ene ye kwada memenda na ye to abano yes na se obia nyame adom enya privilege we delegate polling station electoral area constituency region national council members patrons council of elders TESCOM coordinators Senate branch for Nina Moto Abana. Yeah, that's we fear some decision I taken. Until any rural election committee the Abano. Be a baby super. That is almost a young man at the Maybe Nanka, that's enough of Lugu, Tokwesi, Pepe, or do now you call your prayer a catching not now. Kofobio ha sana mpa bossa na omobo mama omombo sampire no but mama mano embe so biara wa woni hwe ye ho utumi gira ntenshe your perimeter untumi encross utu abawi a so twa ha na kan obia ne uni problem but na enko baby any say oko also I want to aba na enko attempt say oko to aba me entu na nya fefe sisi baby edu die we are fine na afi na wo bibi kapa dia nyesisi ana kana sisi because wonsema so kan na wako delegates so any of them were prevented from speaking to the delegates in them and see some of ya wakama getimi aka nya na bre na yen who said whoever wins the election internal elections na we win they here do bia kuma so and general elections this year in our camp because if a toxic partner say yeah what thing ya can't boom by ya don't sing I mean your Kubia or Ghana mama yeah because of our internal primary scene na yank cancer my
Ora John Boadu na busia mo tene nka no te mama mo fa aye internal primary say dem kwa bibie kwa bi hu bia enkofo ha bia so emfa emre na owie no amfa so ho a ene e wosan ekyerkyere mu sa benyakopon ebo memenda ba mo akwakoton se de eno sia sonko echen de modi kan aye dadaada ne ene o kyerɛ mu pa sania etie ya wo kyerɛ se sonko isan se nipa no adoso eche de emre bi atwamu no mo kokoto ye enei enipa na adoso ntino amano ma bebrebe so ekoso titiru ene se kokoye campaign no sikare kokoye campaign no ya na ano edin pa no so se no kan ye ntie no
we know Osha this is the first time numbers they do so saying yes primary say bia our party mo share 2010 after first no share the year or 96 so share the year or 98 nyane o share 2007 na delegates no share the year 2000 by 2010 no they expanded no close to 200,000 and as we speak now 210,000 plus for first time no we no edoso we no so doso no at its own consequences eba the crew woman say about two way baby I numbers na koduno e ka woman pa to omo contest and ye kaketwa kra share consent executives the former executives now be share polling station for the coordinators account 100 crown now for transportation constituency be or no I will spend more than 100,000 one constituency and ye kaketwa kra we should see 2007 2008 na party ni dina so say yes expand the electoral college na enkomma so bi betumi di sika influence decision as to who becomes our flag bearer baby e do the affair asɛ koraa anti mpaebɔ no sɛ yɛnto aban wie. I believe that we must come back again as a party and look at our structure once again, because I extremely expensive said that you are not careful. A bit baby, you know, who are jeans, Unimadia said then, which me, I am near my abo mine said then, I won't crazy can it be out to me deny your ticket. So this old crazy can will do, yes, you got it.
John Bodina Busia, Motin and Kano, Anina, or ye Kane General Secretary, Edema MPP, Amyukuno.
Yantua Casiabono, a sway na about 2 MPP Faba 2 and 1 foot 2 and Wapeni, Wade, Emma, and Mebuno, na Wakachira woman set a moment Nina Ho, Ewo Amanyo 4 Wachesa Mababrubia, and Fanaho Day, and Cosena Ho Day, and Ni Amanonibia, Baby, as an old Bruno. Wakem nana aduja mfi kulmani bema kese ya ono yanko so hene ewo nyankyere ne ase won na de safutue ema emabuni enya ho na me bodyguard na me metwoman na fa hene kosi hene amanyoni bi abema osika fia de wakwa ya tutrasem bi asabe ensem fata bewi ase no wankase wakogu ho ni masegu ho fi ye che onso a wo bia ma medu achi onko a na wokwa akote yawo enti woka kire emabuni ni sa amanyofo de mumfa muti ma wo mo anasa munu wo machi na omfa mo nye sebe etutrasem bewi ase no mo na mo ho abakire mo ho kire wo wie nso a ebasa wagu ho ni mase wagu abusuani mase o my Ghana nso onye dimpa emfa ema yentie na na eduja mfi kumani berema kese.
Yes, for Radi and Ekase. Say no Radi Cheme. Or Simin Konomin Kokachra Ghana from penny for a tituli MP before say although I know money don't mind now. And yet, woman for one must a kind woman to Yangufu. No one for a door, Kruya and a message to Ghana. Say no Chris Ghana who don't know more prince out to me in India. Obian fancy kind in a Tuamufo. Ghana youth, the Sramo. When you're missing in Fafu to him from a mo. Not more famous kind of Tuamufo. Make us a Sabian make us an Yamina Semenka. Muntie me kakra Ghana fo muntie me o na ebra ye womu eye ebreboni ma Ghana tumi aye pre no ya presie de kwakọ he mobrofo akunafo ene ye ni bie eba ni sei ana na de ebritie eye aboyi eye 31 ede yanim abato Ghana fo ekoto MPP fo aba mokoto ohaw eba amanie eba osu eba mesra Ghana fo youth amuwa betre macho mena amuwa Ghana ha twen wo mo obi amfa sika na adaw no more be for 2,000 another. That's how now the second will be. Would it 2 will be? And I said, would the or how be 2 near Biswa and for swap bank and also. The Pacho me Babu no way. What they catch them is say, Hezekiah chapter 2 verse 1. And what they catch them is say, Only Papa. Sorry, I now so. I mean, can be been shown. Yeah, now I didn't make Casano. Oh, be by me. Now, if a jam is name now, so let me tear yes of already catch them. No, catch them, say, only Papa. May smell happy before chain. Am I? A 24. Oh, my 24. What's so be a chair there? What do you want to do? One penny for na ye Ghana bonnet. Why you were the bonnet the best and nay.
Any at see ye nana aduja mfi kumani berma kese nkoso hina owo nyankyere ne ase
na yanko asoma so ya nso akwabe is mention kese no fatome ewo ho ya ono nso ma ne bo wode ebra ye wo chese asome memesi a wo mo ewo asoma so no mo atonsa de afre 5 stars for any krumani nyina ehia sabe enkomodie ekoso ni santi yango ahoma so na fatome so emo mo fatome e
taf maduso
na apomba ko de oh, you didn't have a pa. Any Kajagumi and quite.
I'm going to get your phone and every animal to be a carbon 8.5 so. Open prim or some contact every all probably a peppermint more. Another day, Kataka Shepa, Echo for a camp political engagement and Echo so. National Fire Service. And the corporate minister Sunday long, not for Umina can be. And Secretary of Ebia. What are you looking about in that here a bank? Now, I know Echo so. Any answer, a bank KB Abbey year will be because a filling station Okumo. ɛno ana ɔma fo ko mo se dabi ɛbɛn fie dodo ya do ma preso ama fili station na ba o na fa me fa ni fo dabi ya ba ba kyerɛ mo nyɛma wɔ ho ansa na asɛm bɔ ya ka men kam me kasa anya dintin me saka fiscal fund director kwa men cha amni bini ko fa ni me mo han ba siya fa so na me chia ko ti fo ni na I want to say ya do ya bo and asam be money for service na bo mun ya ma be pim aso e tin pa dan ba ni anything na masa shouting for you me say the only kind introduction e dwumadi ya etedi e ko communities ni na educate omo the also be a ba department na e sha assembly na so yegina e ba e bi shia e be educate be in the departmental education dwumadi ya wudi e ma communities so na be a obi a bete no ho ase it's a similar thing na ye wa so maso fire service na dia ba over check media wudi and equip the first one it environmental ibidi wuni physical planning the be planning the crew and the BBA and away it is centered on a particular filling station and the kuma for every issue it's not saying I saba it's the first education it is not so a factor and also into it about educate education no maybe at the new regulations require for a filling station you better also the wow so to fire big guy they will be say but tank will be say no one thing maybe at but them say nearby or much maybe at yama apedi maybe at toboko and just say for to Sunday and I'll catch them effect digestion me da see em say emra you win your hamatan emrim hamatan season ti digestion adosu ya ebe hwede si wo sofulai just ya nti mese etifo emra you no enyemre ba ti na yema yeninda wo emse fire service ni kasa no for gas the gas here ebia little mistake ebetimi ayi studi na bush benen say ni na ya de bia this time odo sokoka mra ebetimi atre akobebi akosai enema pi nti mse yetifo this time round and piama in the pianya careful can first handle it only fear and in the baby but we did any position the friend do not come upon when I'm your physical planning director so agree not us the also and so on the area and really satisfiable and then I'm coming now I'm not coming from Tika it's an upper talk at the video so but I know yo
about telling my I was in ya fa se what kan kwaso ne dia kire se be ya wie pa no oso de no manya akanya so ebebre ye debusuani pa ekote ne kan eye of atomi en training no kwa abri is mensin no hamama ne mode wona de ebra abre nyina emu
ya kase bonasi na yemfa na se no ema newsroom adwumefo kwame foriaboaji wabo adwuma na wasan betena ha kan sanso en eye na yawo be maba afei madam say wa ampa for yesem for your falasan okoji abo that boat na chinchin from ano de amaye e social media na de Kelvin na ehweso ewia kenkan fauti enka yeme ranti nuaba maame efom wa kafena mene
kwame ofori aboaji
yara munyina se amamo